What's going on, friend? My name is Anthony Flynn, and I'm the founder of The Amazing CEO, where our mission is to accelerate CEOs and key executives. I'm incredibly excited about launching this new series entitled The 8 Steps to Problem Solving in Life and Business. Listen, I remember a day in my life many years back when I was riding in the car with a mentor, and I was doing a lot of dreaming and a lot of goal planning in my head. And I will never forget this day. I remember it like it was yesterday. This mentor of mine kind of leaned over and he said, "You know, Anthony, for a person who has a whole lot of dreams and ideas, you do a whole lot of talking, but not a lot of execution." Wow, boom. Man, that hit me hard like a ton of bricks. And that moment still resonates with me on a day-to-day basis, because I remember what it felt like to honestly have a problem but not actually walk through the steps of actually finding resolution to getting across the finish line and overcoming that problem. And so I spend a lot of time with key executives and CEOs and professional athletes and entertainers and very wealthy people. And I noticed that this is a challenge for a whole lot of people. So I decided to launch this series in hopes of helping you and maybe your leadership team understand a pathway to solving problems and getting the results you desire. So I want to start off with the very first point. You've heard of Alcoholics Anonymous. I mean, it is legendary to know that the very first step in solving a major problem in life or in business is to actually admit that you have a problem. I actually had to go through that process that day when that person leaned over to me and said, "Man, you know, you do a lot of talking, Anthony, but you're not executing on the very things you talk about on a consistent basis." And so I had to pause for a moment, stop in my tracks, and admit that I actually had a major problem. This is a challenge for a lot of people who are, who have PhDs or who have law degrees or medical degrees or who have MBAs from some of the finest institutions in the world. Why? Because their academics and their success have gotten them to a certain point. And it's a very difficult admission to have to go forward and say, "You know what, I've hit a roadblock and I don't know how to get past it." Or guess what, my ideas, my bright ideas, they're not moving my team forward. They're not moving my agenda forward. They're not moving my marriage forward. Whatever challenge you may be facing in your life, you may be up against a moment in time where what's going on in your head isn't translating out to actually helping you overcome a major problem that's right in front of you. And so I want to kind of walk through an 8-step component to helping you get there. But let's go back to this very point on admitting you actually have a problem. Listen, that's the first thing I need you to do. I need you to pause in your tracks, take a step back, and be honest about the fact that there is in fact a major problem. Whether it's you or maybe somebody around you, you have to pause and admit that you have a problem. Now, let me challenge you on this. I don't want you to see the problem for more than it actually is. Because in a lot of cases, by viewing the problem bigger than it is, we give ourselves permission not to attempt to pursue solving that problem. So a lot of people get paralyzed in the process of problem solving on the first step because the challenge is they see the problem bigger than what it actually is. And as a result, they intimidate themselves out of actually taking the step necessary to begin problem solving. So that's the first thing. Here's the second thought. Don't allow other people around you, the pressures of what you think people are going to think or going to say by you admitting that you have a problem. Don't allow those pressures also to wait you out of solving the problem. So many of us are paralyzed by the instincts of what we think about other people, what we think they're going to say, how are they going to feel about the fact that I admit that I actually have a problem. And so listen, I want to leave you with that today. I want you to pause. I want you to think about some of the circumstances, some of the trials, some of the adversities you're facing in your life right now today. And think about that major thing, that major point that's just nudging you on a consistent basis. That problem that's a major barrier for you, or again, maybe for somebody around you. I need you to pause, stop, and admit that problem is staring you right in the face, or maybe again, staring somebody close to you right in the face. Pause for a moment, admit there is a problem, and let's begin the process of helping you actually address that problem. Listen, I want to thank you for your time. I look forward to catching you back next week. for step 2 in the process of solving problems in life and in business. Thank you. Have a great day. Listen, I want to personally thank you for taking time out to watch the video. Hopefully you're already subscribed to our channel. If not, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tell everybody else you know as well that they should subscribe to this channel, as we on a weekly basis continue to give you content that will help you move from good to great to amazing. Also, be sure to go visit our website at Amazing CEO. The link is in the description below this video.